Such a new year. We all need to hold to God when it came down to this. Let's just listen to this first. What's up, friend?
Welcome to Frenz Zone. Hi, guys.
How is everybody doing?
Oh my goodness.
This is our second week, third episode. And this has been cool. This has been
very cool. I get excited it's on my to-do list of things to do for the week. Because every week I'm trying to get back into the mode of what do I have to do for the week and have a conversation with, friends and things of that nature, you as well. And then this is the most exciting.
There's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot
going on and times are changing. So make sure that you're staying up to speed on, what you got going on.
What they say, like, subscribe, follow, share, do all that, everything. We are on every platform right now. I think we're still working on Amazon
Thanks to this
Market, but we are on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. The TikTok.
Make sure y'all follow us on there too, please, because that tells us that you like what you hear.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys too so much for tuning in. I think I've had a lot of positive feedback from just a few people that
so have I.
Have come across the podcast. People say it's easy to listen to. You guys are hilarious. You're funny. Keep going. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We should have been did this, but you know what? Timing is always what it needs to be.
Right? We should have been doing this all last year. And now we want to wait until right now to start doing it. But
you know what? It comes at the perfect time.
Everything in its right time and season.
Jossie, I'm not going to sit here and pet you all day, sis.
Come on, Jossie. Sit down.
Jossie, go sit down.
Jossie don't listen to me.
Go sit down.
She ain't
sit down.
She ain't going to go sit down.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Go sit down. Thank you.
So I'm just going to scratch real quick, and I'm coming right back.
How was your day?
It was good. It was good. Challenging. Got some news that wasn't so good, but it was good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, tomorrow's a new day.
I know, and that's why I'm just like, okay, I gotta still move forward, right?
You gotta stay on the path. You just can't stop because
ain't no
bad
stopping.
things happen.
If you stopping, you dead. You dead.
Stopping and you dead.
What'd you do?
Work. It dragged today. When I tell you drag, and I'm trying to multitask, I got to order my kids' food.
That's typically what we do every day. Just work and come home.
No,
repeat.
Today was very spicy. I had to. I really don't want to kind of go into what I do, but I work for a court system, and if you ever had to go to court, as a person on the other side, you'll understand that people on the other side of the window have to hear from a million people every day.
I'll be listening to some of her calls sometimes. Oh my gosh.
Because what you're not finna do is call up here and be spicy. I have to tell people all the time, customer service, we tired.
Ma'am, sir.
I'm not finna tolerate it.
Sir, that's not my department, sir.
And I think it's because people wait for so long to be on hold, I guess, so to say.
Sucks being on hold.
And then when they finally get somebody my type of position, they want to literally start at birth. So when I was born in 1872, this is what happened to me, and it just becomes this whole thing. So today, literally, this woman cussed me out 3 times, and then she actually, it was crazy because she kept calling, and she kept getting me. My phone don't ring like that.
How odd is that? Because there's
but our
how
phones
many
are not that busy.
Okay. Yes, they are.
I mean, some days. Today wasn't that busy.
Always busy.
Nah, literally, she got me 3 times. So she called the first time. She actually got somebody else called me. She was going off, and I was like, nope, not even gonna do it. Disconnect. She called back, going off again. Disconnect, because you're not finna talk to me any type of way. Now, if you be sweet and nice, I'm gonna help you.
Oh, you hung up?
Disconnect that line. So then the third time she called, she was very sweet. Hi. Because by this time she knows my voice, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And she ended up getting her issue resolved. So,
see, typically, when you speak to people in a good way,
on both sides, I guess too.
They're more understanding. That wall kind of comes down. It's okay.
No, I guess
I'll try to help you as much as I can, but at the same time, you can only do what you can do.
Well, I guess she felt like I can't scream and yell and cuss these folks out anymore because they're going to keep disconnecting line. We could play this game all day. Mm-hmm. But that was it. And then it just dragged today. It was just regular old day.
Yeah. Yeah. This year is going to be a big year, though.
I feel like it.
I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I know I feel like this year is going to be a big year. 2023 is going to be a very good year. And then, too, like, people... This is not even, I don't know if you know this.
Oh my goodness, what?
This is not even really the new year. Like, the new year has not started yet. I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole when it comes to that. He's literally about to be on
Frenz. It's true. What does that mean? Explain that. No, you got to go, now you got to explain just a tiny piece.
It's true.
Jesse, go sit down.
Just think of it logically. Okay, you speak Spanish so well.
So the other day he didn't put it in there, but he was like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" And I was
I'm gonna show the blooper right here.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bastante bien, ¿y tú cómo estás?
All right, bring it back a little bit.
That's all I know.
What'd you say, Bastante? Bastante?
Bastante bien, ¿y tú?
Bastante?
That's not right.
What does bastante mean?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bastante bien, ¿y tú? No, that's not right.
Bastante?
What is it? What is it?
I ain't never heard of bastante in my life.
That is not.
Definitely not a word.
But when I say it though, bastante bien, ¿y tú?
Bastante?
He was like, what the hell is a bastante?
A bastante?
I was saying it like that.
Are those things that they give out on Delta for snacks? That sounds like a snack.
Biscoff. The Biscoff crackers.
Hello, sir. Would you like a bastante? A bastante. Hola bien to whatever you said. Oh my goodness.
What is the correct term?
Okay. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Thank you?
No, gracias is thank you. Yes. I should just say muy bien is what?
Very well.
I'm doing very well.
Mm-hmm. Muchas gracias.
Anyways, I've been saying that
so
this whole
Spanish.
time.
We're talking about Spanish, right? We're talking about the year. What's October? What's oct stand for?
I'm not going here with you. You're gonna have to explain.
Oct is 8, right? September is 9, right?
Yes.
December, wait, I'm sorry. September is not 9. September is 7. October is 8. November is 9. December is 10. 11, 12, January, February, and the new year begins in March at the
what almanac calendar are you looking in at this point? Where did you get this information from? He been reading today, y'all. You know how come I could tell you he been reading? I know, because we always start off with some deep conversation, and
this is what we be talking about. But I wanted to let you guys know a little bit. But yeah, it's not even so. Happy New Year, yada yada yada.
I feel you on that because
really
I was telling my friends
March.
We start over. We're doing this.
Don't get it twisted, guys. And there's a reason behind all that, which I'm not going to get into. But it definitely is something that has to do with you, you yourself.
I was going to say, me, friend, what you about to prophesy over my life?
Come forward.
We ain't got no oil. I have to order my kids food because they're going to have a hissy fit. Work, Soraya, Cam, home. Mm-hmm. No dinner's made at this point.
How the kids, they'll survive. They'll be all right. How are they doing though?
They are doing well. Cam, so we forgot to kind of tell you. And then I don't think this is the second episode, the third episode. But
it was that night.
It was that night, actually. We recorded that podcast, the second episode of the podcast, and Nipsey didn't make it to the next day. He got really sick. He got really sick out of nowhere, and we rushed him to the emergency vet. And they wanted me to drop like 8 bands on him, and I was just like, I'll take him somewhere else. And I think that I thought I had enough time the next morning because I went into work and I was like, I'm gonna take a half a day, then take him somewhere else and see if we can get him treated. But he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And so Cam was very, very close to Nipsey. He's close to all the puppies, but he was very excited about having Nipsey. And my baby cried when I tell you, like tears, like it was so sad.
Yeah, we all, it made me cry seeing him cry.
We were all down here having a whole memorial service.
Right here.
Right here. Jared put on soaking music and everything. You remember you doing that?
I'll put the song on. I'll let you guys. It wasn't soaking music. It was like white boy soaking.
It was soaking music, but it was
like
very
country. That was like country.
I don't know what it was, but the kids kind of needed to grieve that, and so we kind of grieved Nipsey literally for like 2 days, 3 days maybe, and then I was like, do you want me to kind of maybe find you another puppy? Maybe we can talk about getting one another the puppies. And he was just like, no, I can't replace him, like things of that nature. And
they're going to get Boosie. They're going to get Boosie.
Boosie is
I think that's his name now.
Got to be his name.
It's got to be his name. It's going to be the Boosie Badass.
But he's bad as hell. But we need
He's
him.
not bad at all. He's so sweet. He's the sweetest. Nipsey was bad. That little bugger was bad.
He was so gorgeous though.
Yeah.
And I got my puppy. So I have a pit bull too. And during the transition, I guess I can kind of go into it a little bit with the kids and not seeing their dad as much. Cam, it's very like sunburn. Then you go into the whole teenage type of thing. Well, it's like, don't talk to me, mom. He wasn't that mean, but it was just like, he's very like guarded. And when I bought home Lady, he just kind of like blossomed. And then when I bought home Nipsey, it was kind of like, oh, my baby's like joking and laughing and talking. I know Jared was like, he probably ain't heard Cam say a sentence in the 6 years that he's known him.
I always say that, but he just doesn't talk much.
He just doesn't talk much. And so when Nipsey came, but he went back into that. And I tried so hard for like the next couple of days to not like get him back in that hole. And yesterday he came home. And he was talking about college.
Yeah.
And now I'm no good. Because
like, woo, time. Where's the time going?
I just had him. He was literally an infant. But now he's talking about college and he's very interested. And I think he's chosen his major already. So he's really like ready to get the ball rolling on college tours. And do I look like I am old enough to have a college student? Wrong with y'all.
That's amazing though. That's amazing. I can't wait until like Sebastian and Quinn. I always like think about Quinn, and when he gets older and him like going to college, like what's that look like for him, or how he'll be able to like sustain himself. It's constantly on my mind. And
definitely is gonna be amazing. Quinn is amazing. What is that, friend?
I don't know.
Now connected to iPhone.
Please don't pray. He don't play ratchet stuff.
Not gonna play anything.
Because for me, I'm very ratchet when it comes to things, but he's not. But yeah, Quinn is gonna be a powerhouse. I can't wait to see like when he gets older and stuff like that.
He's so sweet.
I know. I love him. And Batch too. I love Batch too. They're so amazing. They're amazing kids.
I know it.
But yeah, just that, and I'm just not ready to transition him into college. I'm not ready for that. I actually cried.
A college kid, like, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the time gone? It's like, woo.
That's crazy.
Can you remember back when they were babies and like where you were in life and like what you were going through emotionally or whatever, like stress or like problems you didn't think you were going to, make it through. And now here you are like getting them ready for college.
That's crazy. And driving. He's talking about a car today because he has so many. He's in robotics, so he's just like, "Mom, I have robotics this, that, and day." I was like, "Bro, you gonna have to start driving because who?"
You be all across town.
I literally came from downtown back to Cobb County almost, and then back downtown, and then back to where we stay. Like it's crazy today.
All the way, all over.
So I told him I was like, "You need to start driving." And then Soraya, she's in step, and so the step competition is picking up.
And then you got to wait 2 hours in the lines just to pick them up because the line is wrapped all the way around the block.
Yeah, he's picked them up.
For the school. Huh?
Papa gets there like super early. Man, you gonna talk in the mic today?
Okay, all right, that's enough.
But yeah, transition is hard. Like being just, it's gonna be, like he's gonna be gone soon.
I know. So what? Like, 9 months? 9 months, really?
Let's say a year, because we still got the whole senior year to get through.
It's less than a year, because they start. Wait, because in New Jersey, the kids start later, like a month.
Yeah,
later.
they start in August. So they get out in May and they start in August.
Yeah.
Really no time. Right? And then Soraya goes to high school. Not ready for that either.
Wowzers.
Then she'll be gone. It'll just be me and Carter for a little bit because he's 7. So
Then you gonna be gone. You gonna be out.
when I tell y'all gone, I'm already.
You already
I
be on
cannot
the
wait.
move.
I said this year because I didn't travel at all last year outside of going to Florida. I didn't go anywhere out the country or anything.
Well, what's your idea of going somewhere? Because you was down in
Out
Mississippi.
the country. Out the country. I was in Mississippi. I went to Mississippi. I went to New Orleans twice. I went to Florida 2 times. That was it. That's not vacation.
Florida's vacation.
I'm talking about getting on a plane and getting at a resort, all inclusive, maybe drinking.
That's
eating.
vacation.
That's
That is
vacation.
Yeah.
And then the other times I left, I was with my kids.
Well, shoot, I haven't been on vacation really either. Then
You went to Mexico, didn't you?
that was
Last year?
definitely vacation. Oh my gosh,
Y'all stayed down there like a
that
whole
was
week.
we had a time.
So he been somewhere. I ain't
A
been
time.
Yeah.
We must have had like a bottle of tequila like every day.
That is crazy. I can't drink tequila. That's junk.
Ooh, I don't think I've had like tequila since. I have some since, but oh my goodness gracious, woo!
That's crazy.
Mexico was fun.
Mexico
But that
was
was
fun.
it then.
I know. Well, at least you went out the country. You got on a plane.
Yeah.
I had kids for the most part.
You act like you don't got people to watch them.
I'm trying
Somehow,
to.
some way, she be going. Like you in South Africa, where the kids at?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to be.
Carter is
Trying to be on a trip. Carter is 2. He was.
Carter
literally.
is 2 years old.
But he
Oh,
went
he
to
all
Sou-
right.
He went to South Africa with
He
me too.
make himself some eggs in the morning. He'd be all right.
No, real talk. The other day, he was like, "You need to go make groceries, sir. Till you get a job, I'll make groceries
Carter
on
and
my
his
budget."
whole milk, always trying to drink whole milk.
Bruh, I literally went. So that's another thing too. I went to the grocery store
Get
and
some Carter some milk.
I bought a gallon of milk
Like, who
yesterday.
still
and
drinks
he
milk?
Burst.
He what?
He bursted. He dropped it. Milk gone.
No
Whole gallon.
way.
The gallon was like $5.
That gallon was like $15. Yeah, right.
So I told Jared. Jared was out, and Jared's like, "You need anything?" I don't think I was feeling well that day, and I was like, "Can you just grab Carter some milk?" And he comes in with a carton. Y'all know the milk cartons of milk. I have a video of Carter just like going in and so pissed at Jared about bringing home this carton of milk. He didn't drink it.
See, ungrateful ass nigga.
He didn't drink it. It has to be from a specific store because he knows the store and his 2%. So he just asked me for cereal. I was like,
whole
no.
milk.
No, he doesn't drink whole milk.
See, that's what I'm saying. How these kids know what the difference between 2% and whole milk is?
He was like, that nasty milk in the carton is ugly. That's what he
You
said.
know what I'm saying?
That ugly milk.
Can you imagine? I don't drink 2%.
I don't drink
I
whole
don't
milk.
drink whole milk.
Get it right. nigga.
His voice, though. Oh my gosh, did his voice change or what?
He's going through puberty too. Like,
His voice changed in a matter of days. It sounded like for me, I was down there one day, came down there the next day.
he's like, hi.
I was like, who?
What?
It's like, who was that? Who else is here right now?
Just please stop growing. Maybe that's a sign that it's baby time. Nope.
Baby
Having
time.
no more babies.
You don't want any more?
Hell no. Let me rephrase that. If I get married and that's what my person wants, if that's what bays want, then they'll get it, of course. But
Can you please
I don't know what she's trying to do.
get down?
She's busy. Now, see how we talked good about you the last time? That's how kids do. Talk
I
good
know.
about you like, oh, my baby this, my baby that. And then the next time you see them, they cutting up so bad.
What happened today that I wanted to talk about? Oh my Goodness, this is on the tip of my tongue. I forgot it.
It was a lot happening in Atlanta today. It's crazy.
ATL Scoop.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
She be on ATL Scoop.
ATL Scoop is the news. Bump, Fox 5, Channel 11, all of them. CNN.
Remember we were in Chick-fil-A? So we were in Chick-fil-A. We were going to Chick-fil-A. We were in the drive-thru.
Pause. I told my kids to order food. Y'all never guess how much this damn DoorDash is.
$78. No. It's probably $98.
$62. What the hell did y'all order?
Excuse me. That's what I'm saying.
They about to close.
It's like double. If you order on DoorDash or Uber, it's always like you're going to be paying double. You can expect that.
They must have ordered like 50 wings. They ordered wings, but it's $25 to go up the street. $25 to go up the street and get the wings versus in DoorDash, $62.
That's crazy.
Look, I'll go to Applebee's after I leave here, bro. I'm not paying no $62.
So remember that, what's it called? Did you check it? You want to tell them about ChatGPT?
The bot?
Yes.
OMG.
You got to tell them about it.
Jared comes down to the house. He's like, guys, I need a computer. Let me show you this thing. And it is the most amazing thing. So I don't know if y'all been following. I'm sure y'all have been following, seeing it all over social media. Everybody's doing like the AI pictures. And at first I thought it was linked to Avatar, but it's not. It literally is new technology that has been launched. And for me, I have like a little conspiracy behind it. I'm all like, they ain't doing nothing but getting y'all identity, bro. And they're going to make robots and people going to be out here. We already got the metaverse and all this other shit. So people scanning their faces, getting their little avatar, thinking it's for Avatar, but it technically is not. It's actually built for
Wait, you're talking about Avatar the movie?
Yes, because Avatar the movie just came out.
Yeah.
The second one.
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought that people were doing the AI for. But no, it's like, it's totally different thing. So Jared comes down here and he's like, I found this thing on the web that'll do anything you tell it. So I'm all like, yeah, right. We kind of used it for description purposes and things of that nature. But last night I was like, what's the link for the thing? I want to try it out because I'm trying to edit my book that'll be coming soon. Watch out for that.
Come on. Cookbook, right?
Huh?
The cookbook, right?
No, I actually have 2 books coming out. It's not an autobiography, but it's a story of my life from birth up until now.
Dope.
And then I am doing a cookbook. We'll talk about that maybe later. I'll tell y'all.
I'm excited to read that.
Bro, when I put this through the thing, it's definitely going to be on point. Yeah. But anyway, I was doing it yesterday.
Make sure y'all cop up too.
Right. I was like, let me try it out. Let me see if it'll edit a couple of pages. And all I did was say, edit this. And y'all, that thing wrote a whole book for me. It's crazy. Still using my words, but put it in context. And it's like, but I'm scared of it. Because it's going to put a lot of people out of work.
Yeah, it's also going to make a lot of people rich too.
It is going to make a lot of people rich. But for me, I'm all like, what was I about to say? For me, I'm all like, I used to pay people thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
To edit books. And you mean to tell me that I can just go on the computer now and say, hey, edit, like you could tell it what to do and it does it. If you don't even like that response, you regenerate another response and it generates a whole nother thing.
Yes, for real. It's serious. It's serious. And I was like, you can tell that book to write my book in the what's it gonna say? Like Shakespeare. Like Shakespeare. Write my book like Shakespeare would write it. And your book would come out in the sound and the voice of Shakespeare.
When I tell y'all legit. That thing is amazing, but I feel dangerous.
Yeah, because
it can be dangerous.
Information, is technology. My goodness. There's so much you could do with it. There's so many security issues that you have to worry about, because it's deep. And I got into ethical hacking. I got into ethical hacking a little while ago. Not really, but more so networking.
Yeah.
And really understanding how information travels.
Yeah.
And it really just boils down to ones and zeros. And
crazy.
And what you can actually see and monitor.
Right.
Excuse me. Can you please stop? Wait, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So I understand how you would feel like, man, this thing probably has like so much information.
And then, like, what do you share? What do you tell it to do? Where is this information stored? Like, are they going to be able to take my idea?
It does have limitations. It does have limitations.
But will it take my idea and then flip it and, somewhere else, and the person who created the damn software, publishes my stuff.
Yeah.
So you got, you do have to be careful in a sense with it. But when I tell you guys, like, this is like the new thing, and everybody should have some type of knowledge of. I
was like, write me a business plan for this product and for this service. Okay, can we start with the executive summary? And then what are you going to be looking like? It went through funding with me.
When I tell you,
it went through. I had it fill out all salaries for a whole year. Like, it gave me back all salaries, what you would need in place of like software, what you need in place of like investing.
Wild.
Everything. And so you guys are talking, there's really no excuse. It's like, oh, I don't have a business plan.
That's it. That's what I was going to go. You shouldn't have an excuse to have a business plan. You shouldn't have an excuse to be able to write your resume. You just shouldn't have an excuse at this point to do the things that you want to do, because now they have made it available for you with limitations at the tip of your fingers. Like,
yeah,
literally, it's cool.
I created my own. Like, I didn't even know I could do this. I coded and created my own Chat GPT.
You're so dang on smart.
It's up right now. Like, you can literally go there and then ask it the same questions, and it's a chat on my website. Like, but that it took a lot of
pause, because go run it back. You coded.
I followed directions.
How?
I mean, I went to Visual Code Studio. I followed the coding and the prompting to be able to fill out for each repository, to put into GitHub and push it live from GitHub onto servers, and then run the backend server, like all this stuff. I didn't even know all of this stuff.
Because I was about to say, Jared, that's one thing about him, though. He don't know a lot of stuff, and then he ends up and he shares it with me, and I'm just like,
I know it now, though. I'm like,
that's why I told you the genius. You don't realize I was gassing him up
and
today.
That's what I was saying. I don't know anything. Like, I don't know.
I would have known to go to GitHub and all that. What does that mean? That literally, he was saying all that, and it was just like, but I really want to learn and get into it.
I use their API though.
Oh, their API.
Their API
makes sense.
And kind of plug it in. But yeah, go ahead.
But I do want to learn it, because that's going to be the new age technology. Like, that's what I was talking to Cam about.
It's already here, and it really makes me like think about like virtual, the virtual age. Because if you think about the different ages that like we've kind of progressed from, Stone Age. I'm just going back to like, Stone Age, skip forward all the way to like the industrial age, and then, we're in this digital.com age right now. And if you think like in the future, well, what's coming after this age? Obviously, virtual is already here.
Yeah.
So we're already like merging into this virtual age.
It's crazy. I think I lived through maybe 3 ages. Mm-hmm. I want to think, because I remember when the first, not the first computer, but Apple came out. I remember the butt Apple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember when my dad and my mom purchased it, and it was very expensive. So I don't know how in the world they got it, but we had that, and then the internet.
I know it.
That's crazy.
A lot of people don't even know what dial-up is,
And then like your mama. So back then, you had a landline, and
you couldn't pick up the phone.
Couldn't pick up the phone, and your mama be hollering, "Get off the internet! I gotta make a phone call," and she ain't doing no but on the phone, gossiping with her friends.
On the internet and the phone at the same
time.
At the
same time.
Can you imagine not being able to be
my kids
on
would
your
lose
phone it and at the internet, and now you just be on both? Like,
Carter stresses out when the internet is down for an hour, because
I
can turn it off and turn it on at the house. If they're not doing what I need them to do, I'll just shut the internet off. Excuse
me.
Nothing plays.
I'm trying to tell you to be lost without a cause.
So I think I lived through that, and then more so of the, like, I remember records. Like, we had a record player. Like, I remember going
the sound of a
from
record player to like the crackling.
black and white TV to colored TV. I remember that only because maybe my parents had, I'm not that old. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But maybe my parents had a black and white TV, and then we could afford a colored TV. So I remember that. The big TV that sat on the floor.
Yes.
Satellite
The
dishes.
tube.
Because we
Real
didn't
tube.
have cable.
Satellite dishes, yep.
It's crazy. So I like to see it from, or even thinking back that I had access to all those different ages, and now I'm coming into something that I have no knowledge of, but I am definitely excited to learn.
It's virtual. Like if whoever's listening to this, if you want to get ahead of the curve, like start.
Where the hell did the train come from? Never in my life.
Every night.
This time around, we are kind of recorded.
Times.
I was going to say, because
get ahead. Like this. Start working within that virtual space, which
Yeah.
is really what I'm about to do.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's crazy.
I know, and so like we're like learning, a lot of new things. Like the world is becoming like enlightened to like more information, more knowledge. So.
But going back to the whole danger aspect, and I know many
available.
people are probably scared about the new change because this is open to the world. Like back then, it was very, closed off. You know what I'm saying? But now, like you have
Like
8-year-old hackers. Like, it's so crazy when I see the kids like playing like games, especially like Fortnite or something like that, and they actually are coding. And they don't realize they're coding.
What do you mean?
Playing that game.
How
Because
so?
they're having to build stuff.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so certain combinations on the controller they're having to do in order to build something or get a gun or whatever the case may be, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And I was telling Cam, I was like, do you realize that you're specializing yourself in coding just even by playing, you think you're just doing something for fun, but if you really take a look at it on the back end, you need to learn what that code is. And he's just being very interested in that. But just even that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Carter's
that's where the money
age,
is.
Sebastian and Quinn, by the time they get our age,
Like, what are they going to know and like be doing?
They're
Because
gonna
they
be-
be smart on them things, and it takes. I'll hop on PlayStation now. Like I'll try to hop on 2K. I haven't played games in I don't know how long, but I'll try to. I wouldn't know all the combinations. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? You got to do all this just for this?
to
Like,
shoot the basket.
you kidding me?
But a 5-year-old knows how to do it, and
But
it's
they
crazy.
be just be on it.
I know a lot of people used to say, you let them play the games all day. And guess what? The boy made how many millions playing he won the competition? It's like 16 million or something like that.
Something
I may
crazy.
be off. But yes.
Let me ask you this. This is a totally separate subject, but it went down last night. It's a little bit of hot. This is what I wanted to ask you. Did you see, Larry Reid, right?
No, I do know him, but I don't kind of watch him.
Did you see he went live with Dr. Was it Prophet Lovy last night?
No.
Lovy. Do you know who that is?
I do not know who
You
it
don't
is.
know none of these people? Come on.
I'm not
you
even-
in the church space.
I made sure the bills was paid and the lights was on and made sure y'all was at
my
church.
gosh.
I don't know none of them folks. People be telling me that all the time. You know such and such. Bishop. No, I don't.
Yes, she do.
I don't.
She fronting for y'all.
I'm dead ass. My Christian followers be like, y'all kind of, I be wanting to listen.
Gosh, I gotta
Y'all
work
be
on
cussing.
everything. I'm
Y'all,
trying to tell you.
your mama cuss and your daddy cuss.
No, but
And you
wanted
cuss.
the reason why I brought that up was because it was dope. Like
Okay, so what happened?
they had an interview, but he was in California. Elias, I don't know his name is Lovy Elias. Prophet Lovy Elias. I don't know. But he was talking to Larry Reid. Larry Reid was in his usual studio in Atlanta, and the other guy was in California. But I was watching, we'd be watching, right? We just looking at everything like, oh shoot, because he had one of these mics. It was obviously hooked up to like
A mixer, so to say, or something?
no, it could have been like some sort of wireless transmitter. And so, but it wasn't wired. He was in like a big wide open space. It was dope. Like your team over there, and they made it look really nice. So I shout out to y'all, whoever his production was.
Now I gotta go look at it because I just want to see.
They were
the
in a big,
production
wide
side.
open space, with a cyclical wall, white cyclical wall.
Mm-hmm.
They had a blue cast that was shining onto the whole space, and they had a spotlight on him sitting in the middle, just in a single chair. But in the background, they had like a reed, like a bushel of reeds here, and another bushel of reeds like back on the other side, and it was just looked really good.
Wait,
it
so
sounded
whose
really
studios
good.
is this? Larry's or the other guys?
It was the other guys.
Oh, okay.
Prophet Lovy Elias, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know if it's Lovy or Lovy. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but it was dope.
Like the setting,
Yes,
the production side.
It
You know,
was.
that's why I love when we do
And
that.
shout out to both of those guys. Shout out to Larry Reid for even having that discussion and bringing them on, because it was well done.
That's good. I love a
It was well
good
done.
production.
And I know
now.
it can be very technical too, because you get into like streaming and bandwidth and
the switching and all of
there's
that.
a lot of moving parts to actually make something like that look good, sound good. They had the commercials, everything. It was well done.
And it was live.
It was live.
That is crazy.
And
So they were able
they had
to go
like
in
8,000 people watching.
That's crazy. So they were able to have a live stream and then go in and input
Probably even more.
commercials and things of that nature, switching from.
Oh, yeah.
That is so crazy.
And it looked like you
Yeah,
said.
good
it looked
internet. I
good.
bet you they ain't have Comcast though. They had to have something better than that because ain't no way.
Ooh, not Comcast.
And if he's in California, they're like it's raining out there. So to even be able to do that, I don't know what part of California he's in.
Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody said it was raining in California. You told me that.
Like flooding.
Oh, you told me that was
what was
actually the night when we were at the vet.
Yeah,
You told me about that.
what was the headline? It was like something traumatic.
It was
The
crazy.
headline was like, y'all didn't even need to put that word. I forgot what they put in there.
Deadly. No, not deadly.
Deadly
It was-
cyclone. Yes, it said deadly
Deadly
cyclone coming to California. Like everybody about to be wiped off the face of
Like, do
California.
you see this headline? Oh my gosh.
And it was just raining.
But it did look pretty bad.
But
though.
no, I know you guys are out there dealing with the
Yes,
rain and the
yes,
flooding and things of that
yes.
nature. But we were kind of talking about that. But that's crazy. I say that to say that the weather that they have, and depending on where he was, to even be able to pull that type of production off, dream. That would be such a dream.
Yeah, maybe it was in Southern California. That's where I'm guessing.
Think we can do something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, 1,000%.
Not replicate it, but something we've
We
done.
have. Like, we have done that. We've done that live.
We did.
Yeah, so not going to say that I think we can. We have done that.
You're right.
But shout out to them. It looked really good because, the difficulty is when you bring somebody else live. Like, you can
Right.
control like what you're doing, right? When you bring somebody else live into their set, you have a whole new set of problems that could go
Arise,
things that could arise from
but the
that.
but the fact is that one team in Atlanta was still they were speaking to the other team in California. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure, but they had to be. Yeah.
I mean, you had to be, especially to know what to switch to,
When
things of that, and when to do all that, so
Yeah.
like that's even dope in itself. And I guess you guys are probably saying like, why are y'all even talking about this? Because this is what we do. Like we do production and all of that. 2020 was amazing because when the world shut down, stuff still had to go on, like churches and conferences and stuff. And so we literally learned during that time frame from nothing, I guess, so
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
What worked, what didn't work, live stream. Oh my God, you remember that live stream?
Which one? Because so many things like.
The fold flip one.
I've cried. There's been times I've legit just walked off and cried because shit wasn't.
Man, when
Shit was like when shit goes down and it's happening live and it.
and we've never been in that. And no one was ever in that space before.
You
But
got a couple hundred people watching, and next thing you know, just everything just.
what I tell you,
You ain't got no sound. Everything stops working. Like you hear a huge buzz or something ain't uploaded.
man,
you know what
when
I mean?
tell you that was
Pinky Promise.
crazy.
You remember Pinky Promise?
Wait, the 2020, 22. No, yes.
2020.
Because guess what I had to do? I had to pull up purse strap. I was pissed. I don't think anyone's seen. I don't think a lot of people seen that side of me. I get very serious when it comes to the management and the production of things. Like everything, it's a totally different person. And a lot of people, which I love the fact that me and him can sit here and key, but when it comes to business, like that stops. Like best friend Jared turns into business partner Jared. You know what I'm saying? Because we doing business. And when I tell you, when the shit hit the fan, it hit the fan. And everybody was just standing around and like, what are we going to do? And so I had to go outside. Like, leave me alone. Let me think.
You talk about stress and pressure. Like,
pulled it off though, but y'all don't understand.
Pipes was busting. Pipes was just
when I'm
bursting.
telling you,
bursting.
It was intense, but it pulled off, and it was one. I think I don't want to say. I guess I could say one of my biggest accomplishments.
Oh my God.
Because we didn't know that space. Like everybody was just so new to it. Everybody was trying new things. Like people were still doing Zoom church, but we were actually doing live services.
Yeah.
Like production, shooting music video. We were shooting damn music videos. Do you understand that? Like,
right.
Do you understand that? Like,
yeah.
With the sound and the instruments and the switching and the
like
audio and
videos.
The live music videos in 2020, and no one was doing that. Like people kind of caught on at the end of 2020. But we hit the ground running when it shut down. And so, like, when I tell y'all that day, everybody was looking at me like...
We had a good team. Like, we had a really good team.
We had a really good team.
That's the only thing that made it possible because we all knew each other. We all worked well with each other. It was me, you, Lou.
Shout out to Lou.
My guy, Nadra.
Yeah, the team was solid.
Like... Sydney for sure.
Yeah.
And sound guy. Was your guy? Remember
his damn guy.
What's his
Still
name,
love
man?
him to...
What's his name?
I'm not going to say it. Because every time we would be like, where is insert blank person's name?
Oh my goodness. We're not going to put names out there. But man, again, just somehow making... Whenever you're on production, like something's going to go wrong. You know what I mean? You kind of got to anticipate some of these things and just be ready, for whatever it is. And then always bring your SD cards, have them formatted.
Or even the cords. Because we've been in that situation before. Or batteries for the camera.
There's always been something that's going wrong, but it helps when you got a good team and you kind of work well with each other.
Right.
And you've been doing this for a while,
right.
So makes it a little bit more bearable when there's.
I definitely want to do more of that this year. Like I want to produce. I told you that. I could tell you that a couple of months ago. Like it was almost as if I needed like it was a medicine, I guess so to say. Like I'm missing my medicine. If you take medicine every day, you know that when you miss a dosage or whatever, kind of do like a withdrawal. So I was like, I need to produce something. I don't care what it was because we were shooting movies. We were shooting shorts.
We were. We were.
Well, one of the guys
and showing them in the theater.
And one of the guys that we shot shorts, he's doing very well now. He's on a lot of TV shows.
A couple people are. You talking about Aspen, my guy?
Aspen? I haven't seen Aspen, but Mike and Jasmine.
Mike?
Remember we shot that short in my apartment?
Yes. Yes, we did. I do.
It was
Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine.
I
But
know.
yeah, Mike.
They're like doing so amazing, and I just look at them, their careers and everything like that, and I'm thinking like, boy, we was shooting stuff.
Shout out to Aspen too, Aspen Kennedy, been doing big things.
You guys, hopefully, maybe one day we'll lead you guys there to.
Yeah, we were in your apartment, like scripts, everything,
lights,
in hand,
cameras,
like doing it. That was fun. It was
so fun, but just to do that, like I was like, I need a fix, like I need my fix in production, and this is part of it. I mean, but this was easy. A lot of people talk about, you guys have a dope set. I'm all like, y'all don't understand, like we set this shit up in like 30 minutes. He literally came down the stairs with all the
same microphones. We got
all
two
the
different
mics in one hand.
I came downstairs with all this in my hand, like, okay, because I didn't feel like making like 3 trips going up and down the stairs, getting my stuff out the office.
And we turned the lights on, and that was it.
And that's it. And yeah, like I want to like get this to a point where we're shooting like a bigger space, we're shooting in a different space.
Yeah. I was talking about that today with Bae. I was like, this time next year I'm going to be in my creative office space. Like, I had a vision of what our creative studio would have been right before everything. Just kind of like.
And somebody hit us up too. They're like, can you shoot our podcast? We need 3 cameras.
Yeah, it's so dope.
And we need this set up and yada yada yada.
But they kind of asked me like, do you know a videographer? Stressed. And I was like, Jared. Like, they was like, oh, for real? Can you send over his work? And I'm all like, bro, he shot for XYZ. There's no work needed. You don't have to produce. They were like, oh yeah, I forgot. And so
I haven't had a website in I don't know how long.
You got one today?
What?
Did you create a website?
My own
today?
website?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think you maybe need to do that.
I think she's right. She's definitely right about that for sure.
Because I say that to say like, and I told you this today in text message when I was, telling him about the person that inquired about his services. I was like, bro, you did XYZ with XYZ. Like you really need to put that together and display that. And I know you probably think about, I don't have all the things that I did in the past. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying at this point. Pull whatever you can or whatever you have and just put it out there for people to see. Like you very just so much talented and you need to like.
I'm going to do that.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
Please, it. Because what are we doing?
Well, she hit me up too, but I want to say my bad too because I didn't respond like when you did hit me up and you asked me that question about doing a podcast.
Well.
Because I'm like, I don't want to talk business. Like I don't want to do it.
And I think Miss more so my side of the partnership because I'll talk business and run numbers with you all day. Mm-hmm. And
I'd rather talk with you, but I don't want to talk with people because, or like clients.
Does that throw off your mojo?
Yes.
Because you were probably in a creative.
Yeah.
Mood
because
today.
I just want to stay like, let me stay editing, let me stay shooting, let me stay directing, let me stay doing those things because when I start to think about like the business side of it, then I can't edit. Like, you know what I mean? I can't put as much time and like energy I want
but
into editing.
But I'm so glad that you even mentioned that to me.
Shooting or something like that.
I'm glad you mentioned that to me because at first I was just like, well, I don't know what he charges and I don't want to underbid it, yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay. And so for me, we hadn't had a conversation. It was just very quick and somebody hit me up trying to acquire about services. And of course, I'm going to always direct them to my team because when you see my team, you see me.
When you see me, you see my team.
And so I was like, Jared, of course. But I didn't know like what you would want. And so that's kind of why. But then he hit me up and he was like, I don't want to do that part.
So you
and I was
already
like,
know, like.
I do know, but I was just trying to give him the benefit of the fact.
At this point, I'm like, you know, like you know what we need for everything.
Right.
I ain't got to be like, we need microphones or cables or nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever you want to go with,
I'll
whatever
do
you think
it,
is fair.
That's the beauty of the partnership is he did with the creativeness because I can't tell you what the light section of what a spotlight need to be and all that. I'm not that person, but I'll make sure you be there on time to start the recording of whatever you need to be.
And she will collect that money if you don't pay.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. You gotta know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this year is going to be like a good. I don't want to get back into all this ain't the real year yet or anything, but
please let's say that for the next one because I'm pretty sure people are going to be very intrigued about that. 2023
is going to be good, and for sure it is. Like, look at it, just do your own research and you think about it. So
I feel
it's gonna be good.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. It's a different time. I think going into 2022, I already knew it was gonna be hell.
Yeah.
Like I felt it.
Ooh.
Like I was like, this is not gonna be a fun year.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't, especially for me. Like it was definitely not fun. And right now, you have to be careful too because it's at the height of the year. Everybody have goals. Have you seen that meme that says me about to go to the gym to be in these people way? Like people in the gym and stuff like that. Trying to
me about to go to the gym and be in these people way. What?
Because they just go to the gym for the first month and then they're gone. So don't
Right.
go out there and be in them folks' way if you're not really serious about it. But I think that everybody gets so excited at the beginning of the year, whenever that starts. But you know what? To be honest with you, my year always does start in March. Like January is like the ease in. Well, technically, I celebrate
your body's even
my new year, start of my birthday. So, but January, February, it is like the creeping in, but the ball gets to rolling in March. So I think that, you know, I definitely feel it's just a different season for me. And
and even the world, even look at the earth. You know what I mean? Like, you know, after winter, then the new year starts to come in, and things start budding and springing forth.
But it doesn't start springing forth until March.
That's because that's when the new year is.
Oh my freaking God. Bro, I never thought about it that way. You're right.
I know, and that's why I was saying, even look at the months: September, October 8, November 9, December, DEC, December 10, 11, 12. You know,
That
January,
is
February.
freaking crazy.
January and February are the 12 months, 11th and 12th months, not November and December.
Okay, you're right. What? Now I'm gonna be on Google all
And
night.
then you're gonna be looking it up. You're like, oh, shit, right.
He damn right. Y'all, I'm literally sitting here like, what's the little meme? That little woman got all the little equations going around her face. Bro, I'm literally like, you are absolutely right. What book did you read that from today?
I didn't read that from a book today. Where did I read it? I read it from a book for sure, but I can't remember which one.
That is crazy, guys. I'm literally stuck.
That meme is
I'm gonna be at work tomorrow. Like, y'all know the new year don't really.
Is hilarious.
Bruh, because it fits. Insert it now. Or that meme when that black guy standing up there in the little electrical box with his hands on his hips, looking at it like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but that's how I am right now. Oh, that is crazy, Jared.
I won't even. I'll just stop right there. But hopefully that helps you.
Hopefully that does help you, especially with your goals that you're setting too for the new year. Just think like, pace yourself, give yourself grace.
Like
because
get in tune.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
I was gonna say get in tune with like the world. You know what I mean? Like be on the world's timing. You know what I'm saying? Like move with it. I don't know if he was going to say that, but
I was going there a little bit, but I was going to say get into the motion of preparing for your new
motion.
year.
Like you got to get
But
into
that's
motion.
motion
That's movement.
with the movement.
You got to be in line. You got to be in line.
The earth.
Yes, so be in line with it.
What?
Oh my gosh. When you said the meme,
Bro, am I lying?
That
am I
meme
lying?
is hilarious. You're not lying. You frying.
Because that's sometimes, I'm going to tell y'all real quick. I know we almost are coming up on an hour, but I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Sometimes when we have conversations, that's how my brain be, and I be stuck. And then I have to like really like process it when he talks about shit. Then I be like, oh my God.
That's how I be feeling. I be feeling the same way. When I'm presented with new information, I'm just like, oh my God.
Now I'm going to be at work tomorrow.
Life,
I'm going to be at work tomorrow like, y'all know the new year don't start till March. Think about it. And everybody's going to be like, you're right.
March 21st is the not the vernal equinox. It's the what equinox?
I don't know why you asking me because I don't know.
It's the Hey Siri. When is the vernal equinox? It's in September, right? Oh, it is the vernal equinox. The vernal equinox occurs on March 20th or March 21st each year and signals the start of spring in the northern hemisphere.
So is that the reason why Mercury's in Gatorade today? I'm trying to tell y'all.
No, that's not the reason, but
I feel like Mercury.
Do you know what retrograde is? It's so weird.
Well, I know it's Mercury going backwards.
Yeah, it's like
so it's pulling from gravity of the Earth or something, like Earth is pulling it towards.
Mm-hmm.
Earth is pulling Mercury towards itself with alters something or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, you can't really get too deep into it because we might, them Christian folks. I love y'all. Y'all know I love Christ and I love Jesus. Like he's my only savior. But I kind of
it's like your orbit. The planet's orbit begins to go backwards. Because of I don't know exactly why.
So what they say that we don't know exactly why, but they say you may experience like emotional highs or very emotional lows. Just feeling like fatigued, tired, like some things when people are in Mercury Gatorade. I always say Gatorade. They are moving forward, but some people feel like they're moving backwards. But just the other day, it was so crazy. I hadn't talked to my friends, Lise and Tosh and Dee. Maybe like a couple of days, and it was so weird. By the end of it's like maybe like 2 days, and we were like talking to each other, and everybody was like, "How you doing? Check in." And everybody was like really low. Like I could have fought somebody on Monday.
Really? Yeah.
Like if you would have said something to me, I probably would have popped you in your mouth. And I'm all like, I'm not ovulated, and I'm not on my period. So what the hell is going on? Then I looked up, and it was Mercury and Gatorade. That explains it.
Mercury and Gatorade.
And I know some people don't believe in stuff like that. It's not like a belief system or something that you know what I'm saying? It's just like it really is science. And I think that when science comes,
if the sun has, just think of it like this, a simple term, like if the sun has an effect on your mood, right? And that's a planet, you know what I mean?
Right.
And what other planets can have effects on different parts of your life?
But then who created the planets?
I know. The one who holds the future.
The Alpha and Omega.
Okay.
The beginning and the end.
That was like for me a start of looking like more into planets, because growing up I always, felt like all like astrology and
right.
I had friends that were like into it. I think when I was like in my early 20s, like when I was like 19.
Yeah.
Really started to like learn about astrology, and I had friends that were already like learning it, and I always thought, I was like, what, this is ridiculous.
But but you think about it. It goes even back to don't quote me on this, y'all. I'm not very like scientist or anything like that, but it does go back to biblical days, because they did use astrology and things of that nature. How y'all think the folks got to Jesus with the star?
In Genesis, it says, what's it say? It says, and he'll give them to, what's he say? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And when he created the heavens, it said that he would give them as like for signs for signs, seasons, and what was it?
I'm pulling the scripture.
Signs and seasons. They would be for signs and seasons. That's what it says.
That's what it says.
Pull it real quick so you can tell them. But they're for signs. We know what seasons are, right? But
in the beninging. In the beninging, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning at the first day. And God said, let there be a vault between the waters and separate. We're going to scroll down. God said, let water under the sky be gathered in one place. That's also another thing, because how you think about when you go to the beach and the water stops. Like the Creator literally stops the water.
Amazing.
And the ocean is one of the most scariest places to me.
Oh my Lord. Because
we have not discovered over 1%, right?
Yes.
Of it.
Yes.
And the fact that he still allows it to stop is just crazy. It is crazy. He talked about producing the land and then mankind out of kindness and things of that nature. God saw that all he had made, and it was very good. And there was an evening and then the morning and the sky and the sixth day. It goes into
Let
deepness.
me see.
You might got to find what you were talking about, because we want to make sure.
Before we get off here, God saw it is good. Here we go. Is it in
I was scrolling.
Chapters? Might have been chapters. You were crying.
Scrolling?
Oh, what's up with your service here?
I don't know. It's crazy when I come up down this hill. This is where all the action is down here. I'm trying to tell you.
Let's see here.
They cut y'all service off down here because y'all don't know how to act up on the hill.
It's not us up here. Trust me. No,
I promise you. At my house, it literally is night and day.
Let me see. See, we over here searching. See, this is what I'm talking about. We over here searching on her phone. We could have just went to my little web app that I created and asked God. I mean,
because
and ask.
Because that's God's talking to us.
We try to find his scripture.
What are you talking about? The seasons?
We're talking about like the planets and how even in the Bible it says, yeah, you read over it. You read over verse 14. It says, let there be lights. God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night.
What verse is that?
It's verse 14.
Oh, I skipped over
it. It says, let them serve as signs to mark sacred times.
What version of this is you reading?
Or it says signs to mark the seasons.
Oh, it does say that.
Or let them be for signs and for seasons.
So the NIV version.
King James says, let them be for signs and seasons. You know King James don't never get it wrong. King James.
Okay, for people that don't read the Bible in King James, it says, and God said, let there be light in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So I mean, it's like obviously that's why I look at it even as the sun. I'm like, well, if the sun has an influence on my mood, then why can't other planets have influences on my mood?
You about to get deep
as well. I'm not going to get deep, but that was just a question that I kind of asked myself.
This is an interesting topic because I really want to have this conversation, and I think I may have asked about this. Y'all, we're going to wrap it up in a bit, but I think I may have asked about this because it talks about that astrology, things of that nature. Like what does the science play in the role of Christianity or in any religion, so to say? And I think that don't get me, I'm just asking because it's a question I'm asking. Like Christianity is maybe one of the only religions that don't actually combine the two.
Sad.
Am I correct or not? In a sense?
I'm not. That's a big statement. So I'm not going to say yes or no because I don't know.
So
but I know what you're trying. I feel you because that's generally how you the perception.
I went to the movie theater and watched this Christian movie.
It's like God versus science. When God is the science.
I forgot what the name of it is, but it was and I'll find it, guys, and we'll maybe talk about this on our next episode because I really want to kind of get in kind of discuss this too as well because I have a lot of questions. Yeah,
because they're real issues and they're real questions. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But even in that, astrology, dinosaurs, like all of that, like you kind of like think like, well, obviously there's a trace that these things are here. The science is here. God created the man that can kind of help you understand the science. So who are we to say that it's not, relevant, I guess, so to say.
Yeah, and it very much is.
And you don't put your worship into it, but it is, for me, we might lose some people, but it's all about the knowledge of learning all of that because I do think that God has an influence over it all.
Yeah, you know what I don't like too? I don't like how we use God as someone that is real to some people and like not real to other people.
Yeah.
And like, oh, God ain't in that. People say like, oh, that ain't God, or or just say people who don't have God in their life or nothing like that.
Well, you don't see it. It's a visual. You may not see it, but you don't know if they have it or not.
It's such a heinous mistake to say because God is all in all. Everything, because when you break down everything, just anything you look at down to what it actually is atomically,
right?
It's like there's God. You're going to find God there.
Yeah.
And to say that and you're going to find interconnectedness into everything, right?
Right.
And what happens if you throw Everything is connected. That's why I like Avatar so much, because they kind of depict that. But what happens if you throw a rock into an ocean with no floor, with no sea floor? What would happen to the rock?
Once again, the lady with the things.
Just think logically. Like, just think of, you picture it. What would you see a rock just falling and falling and falling and falling down, 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 down in an ocean. Would it just fall forever?
You don't know, though.
It would disintegrate.
You think? Yeah.
And become the ocean. It would become the ocean. And then the ocean gives water and rain to the trees. And the trees grow up and grow.
This definitely deserves a part 2, bro. Like,
like, you know, the trees bear fruit. You eat the fruit. Like, come on. Everything's connected. So I don't like when people say, like, oh, God ain't in there. I just think it shows like a lack of knowledge, like who you understand God to be.
And we're gonna put a pin in it, because we could go for hours and hours and hours and talk like this. Like, this literally be our conversation sometimes.
Anyway, that's why we started this podcast.
But the crazy part about it is people probably look at me and be like, she ain't got no God in her. This girl be cussing and she be at the hookah lounge and out. Like, no, I literally have Bible study.
Oh,
but it maybe because it doesn't look like the way that you think your Bible study looks like.
Exactly.
We actually go through it and we pull out texts, we pull out scripture, and we sometimes analyze it, compare, contrast, things of that nature. So, you know.
I like with that. I don't have any kind of reservations about like the questions that I have. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody has questions, like, and I don't feel like judgment when I ask you those questions or when I'm bringing those things up. Like, have you thought about this? You know what I mean?
And I'd be like, bruh, for real, because me too.
Yeah. So.
And then too, who are me to judge?
Who are me? Who art me?
Who are me to judge? They're going to be like, these folks is crazy. For sure. Man, just chilling. Well, thank you, guys. We are an hour in. We probably shave off some of this, but 10 minutes in.
We might.
I'm trying to tell y'all, we can sit here for 4 more hours and talk about this, and we typically do.
I have I really want to bring Tez. If you're listening to this, I want to bring you, because I have a piano right there. So I want to bring Tez on. This is me formally actually asking for this to happen. Please. I want Tez to come by, or a musician, anybody, and have a little play on the piano, and then we're going to record the whole thing, and it's going to be another episode of the podcast. So
part 2,
and then we can just kick it. We can just kick it and talk like we normally do, and then
I love Tez.
Play a little bit, talk, laugh, joke, play a little bit and have fun. Just catch up like we typically do. Blah 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 blah.
You know what he told me though? I asked him. He's like, "Y'all be drinking." I was like, "We'll bring you water."
Tez don't drink.
No, he doesn't.
We don't drink like that either.
Actually, we really don't drink like that, y'all. It's just that it just so happened that day we were already drinking, and it was a New Year. It was New Year's. Yeah. But other than that, he was drinking. He drinking V8 out the can, and I'm drinking water. So now, come Tez, please.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then we can get some more cameras. We're gonna need some more cameras. So yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. We
appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for the views, the likes, the follows. We appreciate you guys so much.
I appreciate the conversation. It's always good talking to you.
A business handshake, because he can't never get. He be trying to pop. He can't. It's his coordination, y'all. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. No.
It's not me, because I can damp up anytime. You must not know.
Don't
I am a. You got? Am I
don't
not?
Don't act like I ain't from where I'm from.
Oh, okay? True. Real quick, though, for real. So at work, they changed their little dress code, because normally I'm going to work like this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody see me? Like, you don't see me, so they changed my dress code. So I wore a skirt today. When I tell you everybody has something to say about my skirt, I said, this is why I don't wear skirts, because
is the skirt long or is it like short or what?
It was a long maxi skirt, because those are in now, which is pretty cool. But it was a long maxi skirt.
Was it tight? Yes, it was probably. She was
Because
probably bombing down those
I have a
hallways.
shape.
Boom, boom, boom.
But like everybody was just
Boom,
like,
boom, boom.
your skirt.
Boom, boom, boom.
What you doing with that night? No, so normally, I tell you, I told him at work. I even told my boss, the chief. I was like, yeah, I only have 2 wardrobes. It's either
So what do you usually wear? Just jeans?
jeans and like a pullover or like a sweatshirt, of course.
So what were they saying?
Girl, look at all that, and I'm thinking like,
You
this
better
is
back
why
that up.
I don't wear stuff like this because
You call me.
you be sending me home like I'm in
Too.
elementary school.
I saw Juvenile. He sings that right back to that song. I saw Juvenile in
You said he
Florida
sings
at
that
the
right.
Pinky Promise and Man Cave conference. And I said something to him. I said one thing to him. Shout out Juvenile. I was like, cash money is an army, better yet the Navy. That's all I said.
He probably looked at you like,
And I kept walking.
bruh.
I say that every time in basketball. If I shoot it and I know I'm going to make it, cash money is an army, better yet the Navy. And I just happened to see Juvenile. Like, it was like the next week. So I had to. But that's a short little story.
1 hour and 15 minutes, guys.
Later. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. We'll check y'all out later.
Love you, mean it. Make good choices. Be a leader. Don't be average. Be savage. And the marathon continue, guys.
Such a new year. We all need to hold to God. When it came down to
Pause,
this,
because-
let's just listen to this first.
Man, you gonna have to get down, sis. Hi, Jessie girl.
I think this is their first time seeing you, Jossie.
Hey, Jessie girl, come here. So this is Jessie Bashi. You can't get up here though. She would literally squeeze her big self. See, now I done start something. She'll squeeze her big self right here, like
Okay.
right here in the middle of me and Maine. Jessie, go sit down. I'll love on you in a minute. You come down and play with Lady too.
Okay,
She
we're just
would
going to
really
test
enjoy
this
that.
out. Testing. Yeah, it sounds good. It's perfect.
Oh, so
I
you're
think.
doing the headphones today? What are you drinking today?
This is V8.
Oh,
It's so good.
that's gross.